Browntown.
Dogs of Browntown.
Dogs of Browntown.
Welcome to Dogs of Browntown.
Yeah.
West Side. I'm your host, Saul Trujillo, and to my right, my co-hosts.
Hormuz Rashidi Khaili Mamdoun Merci.
Okay, that was scary. And then next to him is
the muscle-bound Marmaduke himself. I'm still I'm workshopping names.
You workshopping names?
I'm not very muscle-bound, so
Yeah.
as it escaped my mouth, I was like, this is a bad...
What's a Marmaduke? I don't even know.
Marmaduke is a comic strip dog.
It's a cartoon Great Dane. Which here's the thing. This brings a side note. Like I love dogs, but I could never get a Great Dane, and I want one because I like big dogs. But then they die like NBA players. Like their
really?
knees get shot.
Yeah.
And they die at like
Yeah.
8. I can't emotionally attach to myself to something unless it's going to live at least 15 years. I think that's why
Yeah.
Mexicans get Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
I think that's the
those
reason.
dogs die
Those
hard.
Yeah, but they die at like 20
That's
with like
why,
with like an eyeball out in like
I
a
know.
blanket. It's
R.I.P.
shivering.
Shade, my
They
dog.
shake so much. Chihuahuas
Yeah.
shake so much.
Yeah.
I had a Chihuahua that passed, but he lived a really fucking long life.
I had a Chihuahua that I'm pretty sure had type 2 diabetes. For
I'm
whatever
gonna
reason,
guarantee it.
they feed it human food. And like, it's fine. It eats beans like us. Like, it shouldn't.
That's evolution, though. When a dog can catch a human disease, we've done our part.
Well, you just got back from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Texas.
That's right.
As a Cali boy, did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. It was great seeing all my friends out there. I got to see a lot of people that used to be store people. Carrie, Curtis, Hassan, Derek, Sam, Dylan. That was great. They're fucking crushing it out there. They're doing really well. Yeah. It was, yeah, that's it.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I also had a trip to Texas. I went to a comedy festival in Houston.
Riot.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was their inaugural.
Yeah.
And I have to say inaugural because I don't know if I want to burn a bridge.
Why'd you say it with a hard R?
I had to. Inaugural.
Okay,
How do you not? How do you say it with a soft A?
I don't want to.
You
I
say-
don't want to hear you try. Moving on.
No, because
All
now
right.
it sounds racistly against Asians. Inaugural.
That's not even what I was thinking. Whoa.
Damn,
Already?
Joel. Damn,
Joel,
Joel, that's fucked
What
up.
are you doing? Take it easy. I had a fun time, but it's like I had a fun time because it was a comic hang that's fun. And you know, a festival's pretty whatever when you say that the comic hang is what was fun. The
Yeah.
festival itself was whatever.
It's like when you ask if somebody's funny and you go, "He's a nice guy,"
yeah.
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 People say that about me. Like, what? Hold on.
but you're not a nice guy.
That's true. They're lying.
I
They're
was gonna
lying.
say, who
You
says
are.
that about you?
Lying.
No.
They're
Nobody.
pretty transparent when you think hormones. So you
Hormones
go,
plays-
oh, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Or that guy's a piece of shit.
No,
There's
he
no
plays,
in
he
between.
plays
There's
the
no in
evil
between.
part, but he is a good guy. I have cried in his arms before, and that's not a joke.
Yeah, but he's also the reason you cried, though.
No.
He's pimping you out.
Not that time, but
he's the
next
one who
time.
bites you and then soothes you right after. It's okay.
That's right.
What happened?
Have a taste. Here, you want more?
And it was. Here's the thing: when some comedy festivals get overambitious, they think that they can draw more than they can. So then that causes an inaugural festival to get a tent for 500 people, and then spend thousands of dollars on an inflatable air astronaut.
Oh, these are specific things.
Yeah, this is what happened. And then, but like, it causes some shows to be during the day that you put on the 500 person tent,
Yeah.
where a dozen people are there.
Yeah.
And then that's just rough.
Yeah,
and it's not
yeah.
fair to the comics. And then so instead of acknowledging like what the failures were, just like brushing them off, and it was just really shitty.
Yeah.
And then also they gave us food vouchers, and then we were like, I'm not gonna lie, we were abusing the food vouchers.
yeah,
we
yeah.
did this thing called the pizza hack.
Okay.
Where if you use a food voucher outside, you get one
Allegedly.
slice of pizza. But if you go in the bar, you got a whole pie. So like we figured that out right away. So we started whole pie in it.
That's sick as
Shouts
hell.
out to JC Carias.
Oh, hell yeah.
He was
Hell
like,
yeah.
bro, the pie hack. It was, I don't know, we did it, and then they caught on to it. So then now you guys can only get like tater tots.
Oh, man.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
So you ruined it for future generations.
Nah, I know. They already figured it out.
You gotta lay low with these
They
things,
figured
man.
it out, dude. No, they figured it out. And it's
Damn.
just, here's the thing. Like, a lot of the shows were light, and it just felt like bad.
How do you fix that? You do less shows.
You don't do a 500 person tent and block
Yeah.
off the whole street.
Tents are bad, and fuck a tent for
And then sad
comedy
vendors.
ever.
One of the sad things I saw was this dude selling African like merch, like bracelets.
Uh-huh.
And then like I went to go buy one for Sheena, And he goes, hey, thank you, brother. You were my first sale of the day. I'm like,
man.
it's 6 p.m.
Yeah.
How is it your first sale of the day?
Oh.
It just made the comedy festival more sad. I was
Yeah.
like, why do you have this man here failing? With you along the side.
Damn.
You got a sidecard failure. It's terrible. But I mean, I did end up hanging out with, shouts out to Noah Kopfer, Cole Garrett, Jessica Michelle Singleton. We all went to, instead we skipped out on our last set because we found out there was a all you can play arcade for $10.
Nice.
We're like, fuck this last set that'll have 5 people at it.
Yeah.
Let's go play arcade.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
a strong move. I still struggle with that, like not doing a spot, but I think a lot of times it's the right thing to do.
All
when
of
you're-
us did. We all thought like, I feel bad. Then we came together. We're like, nah, but united.
Yeah, in a group.
We held hands to skip out a set.
I probably would have done the set because I'm not a nerd like you guys trying to go to a fucking arcade.
No, it was a porno
Fucking-
arcade.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I
I'll
was
go jerk
playing. I had
off.
my
I'll
one
go
hand, I had
jerk
my
off.
dick in my
Yeah,
hand. I was
yeah,
jerking
yeah.
off.
Porno
I was
arcade.
jerking off.
My bad,
Yeah.
I'll go jerk off.
$10.
$10? All you can jerk?
Shut up. It was a regular arcade. You don't talk
But
to me
honestly,
like
Hey,
that.
$10 for all you can jerk. Guess what? It's once.
Honestly, I'm not that big of an arcade guy. I would probably. I
Would have
probably
done
do
the
my
set.
spot. Yeah.
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 Like an adult.
Yeah. I'm just not a big arcade guy.
I'm
I'd
not
probably play
either,
a little
but going with a
pinball.
bunch of comics, that would be fun. I'll do that. But
Here's the thing.
yeah.
I don't think any of us were because we were there for an hour and a half tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
were all just like, let's find a reason to not do our sets.
Yeah.
Let's find a reason to leave this vicinity for
We're
a
out
little
of
bit.
pizza.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I could tell we were kind of like, oh, we kind of like arcades.
Mm-hmm.
Because we weren't there the whole night.
Is it a ticket situation where did you
Nah,
get tickets
man.
for prizes or it's just?
No, you just paid $10 because it's like a cider.
Oh,
slash
that's right.
arcade.
Never mind. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And it's
You guys
free
feel
play.
like I feel like there's two groups of people growing up. There's like arcade people
Mm-hmm.
and hang out outside people.
Are we including gamers in the arcade people?
I
'Cause
guess
that's the new generation.
I guess
of it.
you're right because I grew up where there was arcades, not as much like crazy dope computer video games, right? And then now it's like arcades aren't as big of a thing, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody's inside. There's indoor gamers and arcaders and outdoor people. I was an outdoor kid.
I was an outdoor kid.
You're a skateboarder.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah.
notice how arcades are like laundromats? It's like if you got a thing at home, you really don't go to an arcade. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you
there
wash
are those nerds that
Yeah.
fucking want to fucking, I don't know.
Like I know people that just play arcades. Like they don't
Right.
have a system at home because it's nostalgic to play Street
Right.
Fighter
Yeah.
versus playing the new games.
What about the people that get the fucking arcade like mock-up controller for
Right.
their
Those
home?
are called
guys-
incels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Never seen
Yeah.
Vision?
But I would argue that them getting that joystick kept them from buying a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
maybe.
I agree. Saving lives, dude.
But like once you start to figure out that you got to get your own joystick played with, you stop playing with joysticks. You know what I mean? Like all I care about is fucking.
Some of these people don't ever get it though, right?
They never
Or
get
now
out of
there's
that
gamer,
system.
there's gamer everyone. So now they're fucking and sucking and then also clicking and tapping.
They're like the whole time I'm like thinking of my friends who had a system growing up. Like I just as soon as I figured out what masturbating was, that's all I ever did.
Yeah.
That was the game I was playing. Friend.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Think
the
about
fuck
how
you're talking
dirty
about.
those controllers were. Like a 12, 13-year-old's like
Oh,
N64
yeah.
controller
Yeah.
just
Just covered in
come
cum.
everywhere.
My
Covered
parents
in
are like,
cum.
"There's no way I'm gonna buy my PlayStation. It's just something for else to jerk off into."
Yeah. Man.
Man, the first time you jerk off when you're a kid, what a fucking discovery.
Oh, I've been chasing that dragon
What a
ever
fucking
since,
discovery.
dude. It will
Right?
never feel. I mean, I have a joke about it, but I thought I broke something. It was like
What?
such an intense feeling. Like I didn't.
Like you're like, oh my god, I short circuited
well, because
my brain.
you know when you kind of start, you don't know you're supposed to finish. Like you're just like playing with it, and then one day I remember going like, today's the day. Like we're going to completion.
You knew that there was a completion.
I think so.
You were-
I think
that you were
I had
hitting.
seen like magazine. I knew. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But something.
Mine was
yeah.
like a complete surprise. Mine
Really?
was just cleaning my dick one day in the shower, and then it started
Damn.
to get hard and felt good. And then
the round-
suddenly
then a round went
the
off?
orgasm was like a the orgasm was like a Jack in the Box popping. It was just like oh, this feels good.
It's pretty intense.
And then I was
man.
like, what the fuck was that? And then I was like, okay, I found my new hobby.
It's like a magic trick you just discovered. Like,
Yeah.
oh, can you do it again?
Yeah, I remember like one of the first, like second or third times my parents were leaving, and I remember getting like a jar of Vaseline and having the thought, it's masturbation time. vivid memory of like those words. Like it's masturbation time.
Salivating at the mouth at the
I used
thought
to
of
do.
it.
I thought it was just like I put Vaseline like on my nipples. I just thought like I didn't. I remember like
What?
I remember like swiping it like between my butt cheeks. Like I thought you just had to feel like slippery. I didn't know what like sexy was, right? Like I didn't know what that was. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like even rub my nipples. It was like putting lotion on real quick and then just to the task. But something about that, like the feeling of, and I still have a thing for Vaseline to this day.
I did my
yeah.
first time was having a jerked off was at my buddy had a
you get
black
all nervous
box.
about it? What time? Well, whatever.
Because it's kind of gay. I did it it was at my best friend's house. I had a
okay.
sleepover. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I've
I
done
waited
it.
for him to go to bed. I was sleeping on the living room. He had a black box, the old school ones where they brought like the
Damn.
Playboy
Yeah,
channel
yeah.
on.
Fuck yeah.
And I was
I
just
love
like,
those
because
kids.
it was the first time I was like, oh, I'm feeling this is weird. And I remember, and then I never told him to this day. I free shot right onto his carpet.
Oh wow!
I toe mushed it in, and it just dissolved. I toe mushed it in and it dissolved, and I was like, sorry.
Oh man, dude.
I cleaned it kind of.
Yeah.
Tomush.
I've
Tomush
definitely.
cleaning.
I mean, there were those.
That's like a Dyson.
Shouts out to Dennis. My bad, doggy.
right. It hits him. He's like, that's what that was on the carpet.
That's why the dog was there so many days.
I've definitely jerked off like at friends' houses. Like, you know, when you got the one VHS, you're all like 6 dudes watching it.
No, I've
and
never
you're like,
done
I
this.
gotta pee.
I've never done the 6 dudes. It's always been a solo
Oh,
operation.
you think you're better than me? All right.
A little
Don't
bit.
answer that.
I had a friend, CJ, who lived in my neighborhood, and we went over to his place, and he was playing his like parents' pornography.
Yeah.
And we were watching that shit.
Like
And-
Spotify in the
Like
background.
they were in it? Like their home
No,
video?
no, just their collection.
Gotcha.
And so we were like watching that shit, and I remember he was like, if you want, like, I can go behind the couch over here and jerk off, and you can be. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm
What a
cool
team
with just
player.
I'm cool with just watching. Like, I don't want to do any mutual masturbation.
My
or
dad
anything.
will kill me.
But then he went up to his mom's room and he was like, "Oh, let me show you what else she has." And he starts pulling out these vibrators and dildos that he's
Wow.
showing me. And so we're like touching and playing with his mom's vibrator. I'm like,
Damn, what a good woman.
this has been inside your mom, and now you're like showing your friend.
Did you smell it?
Of course, dog.
Fuck yeah, you got it.
Of course.
100% I did.
100%. But I didn't. I wasn't trying to. I didn't even. I felt very uncomfortable. I left very soon.
Even in these stories, it's like you, like with your friends or whatever, like there still isn't like, for whatever reason, it feels like white kids tell me the wildest together jerk off stories. Like they play the bread game.
Oh yeah, no, I never.
Like 2 of my separate white friends, they've like, oh, we played the bread game. I'm like,
What's
and
the
you
bread
ate
game?
the
You
bread.
jerk off on the bread and somebody has to eat it.
The
Last
the
person to jerk off to come has to
it.
eat the bread. And
But
I'm like,
see, if you're into that, you go slow on purpose.
I feel like that's like a frat
You
thing.
go, oops, I didn't
Right?
finish.
Isn't that like a frat thing?
is being a young white kid a frat thing?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, white people invented Greek culture, dog.
For sure.
That seems like some Illuminati shit. The last
Yeah.
person to come.
I would
like
argue that
he's
frats,
punished.
that frats were all formed around, like they just needed an excuse to do those weird things,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, we'll create like a thing you do now.
Ugh. But if my friend ate fucking bread that I came into, I'd go, the body of Saul. I put it in his mouth. The body of Saul. We're doing weird
Yeah.
hood shit, so
Fuck, man. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know if I could do that. I've never even tasted
you
my
can't
own.
do that.
Here, but
Oh, you've
there
never
are people
tasted
that,
your own?
No, see, I knew that might
Oh,
be.
yours
a thing.
tastes pretty good. yours is pretty. Yours isn't bad, bro. You should
on,
try it.
I don't know. It felt big. I know this guy. All right.
oh man.
Yours wasn't bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Have you?
No.
As a culinary expert, do you never?
I've tasted my own pee on accident.
Okay,
It's hilarious.
that seems a little.
Oh, one time when I was a kid, like I thought I could pee in the urinal, but I was too small. You guys ever do that shit?
I don't know.
Like I thought I
don't
thought I
think
was
so.
old enough to pee in this urinal. and
Yeah,
I
your
thought I
pants
could-
all the way down.
That was probably probably.
It is very funny when a kid
Probably.
puts his pants all the way down. You're like, this fucking
by
guy.
the way, last night I went to dinner at a nice restaurant. I go into the bathroom. There's like a 50-year-old man with his pants all the way down at
Damn,
the urinal.
I always
Butt cheeks out.
fantasize that kid never grows out of that, and he
I
just
love
put his
that.
whole generation.
Yeah.
It could be that when you're a kid, and then when you start getting old, and your mind starts to go, you become like a kid again, and you just pull your, you're like. But what was I talking about?
about how you tasted your own pee on accident.
So I
No.
peed into the urinal as a kid. I was a little kid. It hit the urinal flew back up and hit my mouth.
Oh,
Once.
5 points. There it is.
Yeah, dude.
I think you win a prize right into the clown's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't
You
like
walked
arcades.
out of that bathroom with the
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
stuffed elephant. He's like, whoa, look what I won. Look what I won.
Hell yeah.
That's also why I don't let people piss in my mouth anymore.
Because
Damn.
it's gross.
Yeah, because it was.
You'll
gross.
never forget the taste.
Damn,
It's
see,
disgusting.
can I? Never mind. All right, moving on. In theory, I think like that would be kind of hot, but also
Oh, like if a girl was
Yeah,
doing it
yeah,
to you or a male,
yeah.
whatever you're into.
Yeah, but that's from. But then once you're in it, there's smells, there's taste. I don't know if I'd be
Yeah,
into
the theory
that. but
doesn't seem hot to me either. Honestly,
It tastes like
I think Catholic school did that to me, where like the most taboo shit to me is like kind of is interesting because it's like bad.
Oh.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
What was taboo for you?
I guess everything. I mean, fuck, when you go to Catholic school, everything is so like shameful and guilty. I'm still getting over fucking the guilt that Catholic school put into me, you know?
I figure, like, because I went to Catholic school as well.
Yeah.
But I always hung out with people who were just exactly like me.
Hmm.
Like, you roll your eyes, you're bored at church. You know, it's just
I was
like,
too, but
yeah.
when you do it from like kindergarten through 8th grade, it like indoctrinates you somehow. Like
Yeah.
I'm not even necessarily like religious now, but I still deal with a lot of the like internal weird guilt struggles, I think.
You know what's interesting about Catholics is like the Catholic Church is very anti-abortion. You know,
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
prophylactic.
But the people who are Catholic in polls tend to be pro-choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like they go against their religion.
We like to have our cake and eat it too, because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
love coming inside, but we don't want to have the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Not me.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
a
an
come
old
inside
enough
kind of
religion.
guy.
It's so old.
Hold it, put a pin in that.
All right.
Go on.
It's such an old religion that it's become culture less than actual belief.
Well,
You
it's
know
like
what I
a
mean?
cultural Judaism, like cultural
exactly.
Jews, stuff like that.
Exactly. Whereas Muslims are much younger religion, so the people who they have like a much more fervent following.
Yeah.
You know, is a good way to put it. They're way more hardcore. Like there's like a higher percentage of like Muslims that are like hardcore, really believe that this is the word of God. Whereas like Catholics, most of them I think are like you, where it's
So,
like their culture, but
a Muslim-
it's impacted them, but they don't actually believe this stuff.
So Muslims are cream pieing in the name of Allah.
They are, and that's why Muslims are out fucking like almost everybody.
That's
right?
what that sound is.
Yeah. Yeah, la, 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 la.
I didn't use it. You did it.
That man just came. That's not a
Yep.
battle cry.
No,
That's
no,
a
that man
Muslim
can-
coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's more Muslims being made.
Oh man.
The call to prayer. That guy comes over the mic. What?
Nothing. Someone's got to be the voice of reason on this.
And then I want to know what the reason is why you don't like the best thing ever.
I don't agree that it's the best thing ever.
You don't like coming.
It's the reason
I
wars
like
are
coming,
fought.
but I don't like coming inside.
It's the reason wars are fought.
It's the reason we are designed to come.
It is too much. There's too much wrapped around it.
What?
Like, I don't want a kid, right?
Okay.
Sure.
Right?
Well, like-
Start with that.
Okay.
I don't trust Trojan enough as a company. I don't trust latex as a chemical
But
compound.
when I tell you, as like one of your closest friends, that I can't get pregnant, you still are.
I
Gonna
would
pull
come
out?
inside of you.
Thank you, dog. All right, thank you, dog.
But that's
all I
because
wanna do.
science tells me
Okay.
it's going to be fine.
It's
Unless
just
we're-
I just would like to know. Here's the thing. I'm not teasing you. I
no,
just
no,
want to
I
know your
know.
mental thing behind
I'm
it.
terrified of having children.
Okay.
And
And you don't trust.
I almost cannot enjoy the orgasm because I'm worried there's a hole in the rubber or it. I don't know if it popped.
What if she's
or-
on the pill?
I don't know. But that's
You
the
don't
only.
even trust science?
Well, that's 99% effective, right? I'm.
He doesn't want that 1%.
I think that with my.
he lives in that 1%.
And I'm trying to not
too
think that I'm
cocky,
so
dog. You're not
special.
that Mexican.
I know, but there have been times in my life where things like every time I get some show that is gonna be that's sick, when I show up, they go, I don't know what happened tonight, man. It's always popping. It's light tonight. Things like that, or like just certain things. I have been the exception to the rule in those instances where whatever it is, when I'm involved, it's different. And so I'm not, and it's not cocky, it's fear.
it's anxiety.
And I
ask you
have done it, like when I've been in relationships, things like that. But more often than not, I'm pulling out
Can I
even
ask
with
you
the
a
condom
question
on.
about pulling out?
Yes.
is it kind of like, because you have a big dick, is it kind of like you go like,
Yeah, because it takes forever. Like, you
Yes,
gotta pull
and
up.
the, and the
like,
circus
oh.
music really kills the mood, you know?
Yeah. It is
it's like,
a,
pulling.
it's like a magician
yeah.
pulling out all the napkins. You're like, oh, when's he gonna stop? He'll stop. And then you're like looking at a watch.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But
I don't know. I hope to get past it at some point.
Yeah, it hopefully, I think you'll eventually get past it when you maybe meet that one person that you don't mind having a kid with.
Yeah, but, so I have done it.
Okay. But while you're doing it, you're just like, oh no.
It's just
It's
not.
my favorite
I'm not
thing to
able
do in the world.
I'm not able to let go and just be there. I'm going. I really hope when I pull this out, it is full at the tip and not somewhere else.
I don't know if it's my own instinct, but it's always like, this better fucking give you a baby.
Yeah,
Every time
that's
I'm like,
wild,
"Ugh."
man. I don't have that, dude.
I don't know.
I'm
And
s-
even though I in times I shouldn't have a baby, but it's still like, it's just maybe my male ego. Like this is this is where the
Yeah.
babies come from.
Yeah,
you know?
wild, man.
Yeah.
I know it's such a thing too.
there's there's something like hot about
Yes.
impregnating your
And
girl.
I think it's more primal than anything.
I
It's
disagree,
hot
man.
for me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's hot.
But it's curious. It's just, that's
Yeah, I
wild.
don't know. I think it's fear. I think fear above everything in my life. Fear over everything. FOE. Someone make those stickers. Send them to dogsofbrowntown@gmail.com. We do have an email address now.
Oh, we got an email address?
We got an email address.
Oh, shit,
We
man.
got an
Can you
IG
believe we
got an
actually
IG
got
account.
Dogs of Browntown? Can you believe that was available?
I sure couldn't.
And dogsofbrowntown@gmail.com and Dogs of Browntown.
We gotta
for clips
secure
on
that Instagram.
YouTube. And we got it on Instagram.
Do we have it?
Yeah, we got
Oh,
it.
thank God.
We got it. I sent you guys the password and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
clearly, you're not ready for kids.
No, absolutely
Never.
not.
Like,
I don't even.
do you feel like in the future you will ever want kids?
I don't think so. I really worry about passing my mental illness down, and also I worry that because I know there are things wrong with me that I
You need to
will
stop
not
calling
be the best father.
Stop calling your big dick a mental illness. That is a gift
It
that
is.
some people like myself would say.
I think I just don't.
God, if I had my confidence with your dick, I would have like AIDS.
But see, that's the problem. I have that and almost zero confidence. I'm working on it. I'm getting better. I'm not,
I'd rather have my dick.
Yeah, you'd rather have your dick?
My dick is 6 inches. Works
From the ground.
Works every time.
I have a blue collar penis. He's working.
It just works. I've talked to my friends who have big dicks. When they do drugs or drink too much, they're like, "Oh, my dick didn't work."
Yeah.
Blah, blah. I've never had my dick not work when there's been vagina.
All right, now you're bragging, dude. We get it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I get it.
The standard Glock over here
Yeah,
talking
you're
to
right.
an
Yeah,
AK-47.
husband dick. That's what they
Just
call
just
it.
a regular
Reliable,
husband,
always
reliable,
good.
always works.
Yeah.
Just
What about
plain
you,
old,
Hormuz?
plain old.
You ready for kids?
Yeah, I can't wait.
You can't
Really?
wait.
Yeah, I really want them.
But I think it's I don't know.
I would love it if my friends have kids. I don't know if I want them.
No, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent to it. Like my wife and I were trying, and then we made the move, and now we still fuck.
Yeah.
With the way I
Hey,
like.
no one's questioning that, dude.
Yeah, but it's like we're not. If a kid happens, cool. But if
Yeah.
it doesn't, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know it's not me. All
See,
right.
me, I'm like, no, no, never. I'm like, never,
I'm all. You got to get tested because it's not me, dude. 100%.
I'm
I am Mexican.
Yeah.
The seed is only as strong as the soil can be, so I don't know how a tree's gonna grow. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I'm ready. If I had a kid, I'm weirded out about how the thought of raising them just based on how I was raised, getting I used to get beat the fuck out of,
Yeah.
and I still will raise my hand to the dog. Sometimes I go,
Yeah.
oh, I can't. So the
Allegedly,
thought of-
because Hasbullah just got into some trouble for hitting his cat, so we're not.
I don't hit my dog. I just go, ooh, I fake it. Ooh. But it's
I'll throw a cushion at my dog.
Okay.
That counts.
Like the couch cushions.
yeah.
Like if he's fucking with something, I'll throw it at him.
Cut that out.
He's got a hammer called Cushion.
Cushion's his baby's
Something
name.
like- Would you guys hit your kids?
Fuck no.
That you
I
don't
don't
even
say-
you don't have a kid,
I
but
don't
if you
say fuck
did,
I would not. No,
I
I
don't
think
say
I think
fuck no.
science has showed us that is not the way to go.
I don't think science has.
I believe it has.
What?
I don't think it has.
Yeah, I think-
I don't think science has shown that
Wait,
you
wait.
should never hit your kids.
one second. What do you mean? How do you think? What do you mean science hasn't?
I think that I think that it creates more issues than the good, and I think that people that are okay, they always go, "Look, I got hit, but I turned out all right." But it's like, no, you didn't, because now you're thinking about hitting your fucking.
No, I didn't get hit.
Yeah,
I didn't get hit, but the threat of getting hit was always present because my siblings got hit.
I just think there's other ways
honestly,
to go about it.
It seems like mental illnesses have gone through the roof and hittings have gone down in America. I feel like in third world countries, you don't see a bunch of people having a bunch of mental problems.
Yeah, but they're also hungry.
Yeah,
There's other adversity. There's other things. You have a family unit that needs to stick together for survival.
I think there's more shitty children in America than anywhere in the world.
Well, yeah, because we're a first world country.
There's more
but
people
there's other first
now.
world countries. There's other first world countries where their children. There's millions of videos of children yelling at their parents in public, and their parents being like, "Please don't yell at me."
I don't
in
think
public.
that's
America,
okay,
dog.
right?
That's not all of America.
And I think we need more brown parents that at least keep it on the table. I'm not saying hit your kids. Don't hit your kids when they don't deserve it. But if they don't think that there's the possibility of getting smacked if they're really, really rude to you,
you're saying
they're going to be rude.
So you're saying getting hit would be like the nuke button, hitting the buttons for the nukes.
Exactly.
Okay, just there's a threat
I
of it.
never got hit because I respected my parents. They were amazing parents.
Yeah.
My mom did this thing, this mental trick that she would do to us, where if we were misbehaving out in public, she would somehow, we could feel her gaze, and we'd look, and she'd show us her eyes, and she would go like this, and then we'd freak out, and then she'd pick, and then if we were extra bad, she would lift up her hand and do the mark of an X on her hand, like we got an X.
That's crazy. From an outsider's perspective,
And
I'm
I-
like,
and I
that
would-
gypsy just cursed those two children.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, so you're saying she didn't hit
That-
you guys.
no,
So there are other methods.
No, but
I don't think that the act of violence is.
But I would
know.
never say some of the shit you see these white kids saying to their parents.
Well, but those are bad parents, and those are parents that don't follow through with like punishments and stuff like that. When you're training a dog, right, and you're in a couple, your partner has to do the same. You have to like both agree on these things to train this dog, and if one or the
never
other
hit a dog. Also,
and
well, no,
also-
I'm
Dogs
comparing
is another
dogs to
thing
children here. I'm saying that like I think that those
hit
kids
children,
are
not
mouthing off
dogs,
because those
that's where I stand.
those parents don't follow through on the punishments or whatever it is.
Being passive. So it
Yeah.
just people. There's always come down people who are like too hard on their kids.
Yeah.
There's also the negativity of like being too passive with your children. Like that's also a shitty parent. Like
Or they'll say you're grounded, but then they're not really.
Right.
You gotta fucking and the emotion of your child crying breaks them down. I think that's why I don't want kids, because I don't think I could stay stable in those punishment moments and actually like create a well-adjusted
I'm so good
like,
at that shit.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
well, see, you're good at
I used to watch
manipulating.
my niece and nephew all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember my niece is like 21 now. Rhiannon, shout out. She like goes to NYU, living in New York, living her
God,
best
they're
life.
really taking anybody these days. No, I'm kidding. No.
But I remember like when she was a teenager and she would throw fits and go crying into her room, I'd be like, yeah, go cry. Get the fuck out of here. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking coddle you. Go cry.
See, that's great.
You know,
But so would you hit your kids?
I hopefully wouldn't have to, but I'm saying like I think if my kids got crazy, if my kids told their mom to shut the fuck up or something
Yeah.
like that, instantly I would smash them across
Yeah.
the face.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
that's a
And
nuke.
I think
that's
you
a
should.
nuke.
That's the nuke situation.
That's
Yeah.
the nuke situation.
I never had to do that because I had great parents who actually raised me like really well.
So I think
but
that-
I think sometimes, you know, you might get a bad one.
But
I'm,
so
I'm classy. I'd take the glove off and then slap him dignitary
Yeah.
style.
Sorry to keep cutting everybody
No,
off.
you're
I
good,
think
buddy.
I think that when you get to the point where a kid is saying like fuck you to their mom, they're already old enough to express those sort of feelings. What age would that be? If you just give me a ballpark age that a kid would say like fuck you to the mom.
Probably 5, 6.
9.
9. Okay. At that point, you've already had 9 years of like, you hope that you raise a kid that wouldn't say shit like that, right? That would be my hope. And maybe it's a crazy, but I don't have kids. Maybe I'm insane.
You're
but-
probably right. Like most of those kids probably come from parents who are just garbage parents.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Who keep fucking up. But I'm saying like if you are a bad parent who keeps fucking up with kindness and your kid's going down this place where you're saying, please don't talk to me like that.
What about this? You send them to boot camp. Like
What
fucking
boot camp?
Maury Povich style. Like
Sure,
fucking.
sure. But maybe you can't afford boot camp. Maybe your boot camp needs to be your hand slapping them across the face and saying, if you ever talk to me like that, you know,
Yeah.
I think I think most, and I don't think it's brown parents. Shout out the brown parents.
Yeah.
Shout out brown and black parents.
I think it's the soon-to-be minority white parents that are. It's always white people in these videos.
Yeah.
It is.
It's never like an Iranian dad begging his son to not curse at him.
Yeah.
It's a white lady or a white guy being yelled at by a little white boy, and it's like, slap that white boy is all I'm saying.
I think,
but also never hit a dog. Dogs. It's like they can be trained. Dogs are like a whole different.
See, I
species
think kids can be trained too. I don't get the difference of like why is it okay? Why is it not okay to hit a dog, but it's okay to hit a kid?
Because a dog can't out loud say "fuck you, mom."
But why is the dog making a bad choice? It's usually the owners, right?
Sure, yeah.
So
but you can
same
train
thing
a
back to the
dog.
parents.
If your kid is already to the point where he's saying "fuck you, mom,"
Yeah.
now it's time for a slap.
How
on the
about
face.
this? I'd be fine.
What
with,
would you do though if your son?
Yeah.
You have a son. You accidentally let one
Yeah.
slip. You have a son, and he's 9 years old,
Yeah.
and you hear him say to his mom, "Fuck you, mom."
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'd be like,
would you say, "Let's have a talk"?
No, I wouldn't talk to him. I'd go, that is you can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm taking fucking everything away from you. You're going to your room for whatever. You're going to school, you're coming home, you're doing your shit. That's it. Like that's it. And
Say,
I fucking
fuck you. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
You know you're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he climbs out the window and leaves. What do you
Then
do?
I fucking send him to boot camp.
Okay.
Look, he's already exit strategy. He's like,
Yeah,
you're going
dude.
away from me.
First of all, I don't think I don't think that I would raise a kid that would ever do that because
me neither.
A lot of my friends who are having kids now, they have these really great relationships with their kids.
Yeah.
You know, one thing, my mom, I could talk to my mom about anything, man. I remember doing drugs, shit like that. If I was scared, I could come tell her. And that really like created this thing where like, you know, it was important. And I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. The comments on this shit, everyone's going to go off. He's a pussy. You need to beat your kids. I'm also sick
You
of...
think that's where the comments are going to be?
But
If
I'm
they're not
also
going to be... This guy's advocating hitting kids?
No, because I think the majority of people agree with you. How many fucking shows
I don't
in the
think the majority.
How
I
many
don't
shows
think the
in the main
majority.
room have you seen where someone goes, guys, we need to start hitting our kids again, and then... Hell yeah. Were you
That could also
hit?
be
Yeah, like-
frustrated parents going like, "Well, I should, but I
Sure.
don't."
Sure. I would say, I mean, I don't know. I maybe I'm wrong, but I think that the actually like an act of violence, like let's call it what it is that, is not okay in any context. Do I love watching it happen? Yes. Do I think that it's funny as fuck and some of these kids need to be slapped? Yes. Do I think you should? No.
I don't. I do think it's an act of violence. I think it should be extremely rare, kind of like the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Right? It should be extremely rare, but I think you can't take it off the table, or else the Soviet Union wins.
I think you're both correct.
Yeah.
I think in some aspects, I respect that the way you do things, but there will be, you don't know how your kid's going to be. You don't know if your kid's going to be the ultimate, like, fuck you, dad, like, regardless, double down, double down.
That plus violence might create a fucking murderer.
100%.
Right?
And I think he's correct in a sense of, like, you need to have that nuke.
Honestly, to get to that situation, it's probably extremely rare to get to that situation where it's not because something that the parents did fucking up that kid growing up. Like maybe the parents were gone doing drugs all the time, leaving the kid alone.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like something happened to that kid for that kid to be saying "fuck you" to his parents like that.
Yeah.
Like so there's like a lot of directions where that kid went on the wrong path, and hitting him might not solve it. But I do think the threat of violence is what might keep that kid from becoming a criminal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like he needs to know, like, hey, my parents will hit me with violence if I misbehave, and the government will put me in prison if I do. I feel like this is actually true. After Roe versus Wade got passed, the crime rate went down 18 years later, exactly. Because there was less unwanted babies. And I think a lot of these kids who are yelling back at their parents are unwanted children who are like forced to be had.
Stop being orphans, okay?
Yeah.
But it's
I was
you're going to
hit.
be a bad parent if you don't want kids when you have them.
Yeah.
I was hit as
okay.
like with the belt, like
Yeah, for
bad,
sure. Yeah.
bad, like to where, I can remember a lot of the instances being chased by my dad, and then just being like in the anticipation of being hit. But I didn't like. You hated that like as a kid, like you start to despise this person.
Yeah.
But then now as an adult, I recognize it as culturally a different thing.
Yeah,
because
I think there are people that are not mentally. They'll never realize that. Maybe
I broke it down to where my grandmother in Mexico, like she would hit him severely.
Yeah.
But then like when he ran away, because they lived on a farm, he ran away into the cornfields and he wouldn't come home. And then
backwards,
my
naked?
grandmother hit him with the most Mexican fucking like, you stay out there, but the devil's out there and he'll eat your soul.
Shit, dude. See, that's abuse too,
That's
man.
fucking
that is
crazy.
abuse.
Yeah,
But
Stay
the devil's out there.
Oh, I love
but
a
the
good
devil's out
mental
there,
abuse, dude.
and he's gonna eat your soul.
Yeah.
And then my dad will go, well, one way is the devil, and then the other way, I'm gonna get beat up.
Yeah.
I better just go get beat up.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
Yeah.
like he was raised by that.
Fuck,
so is the
man.
trickle down effect of like him hitting me for sometimes, being disrespectful,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna get down to me to where like I would never hit my kid, but I think the option of a nuke has to be there for situations.
I don't even think it's like an option. I think that like if it happens in that moment of passion, that's a crime of passion. Like if he says fuck you to your mom and you, I think that's. I'm not saying it's right, but I think that's defensible in court. In the heat of passion, it was like it just happened,
Yeah.
But I know more people that are fucked up that got hit than aren't.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to do the intro to the episode. Right behind us, the entire ticker. That is when white people are going to be a minority.
Hell yeah.
We did not come up with this,
Nope.
clearly, because we don't care about when white people are going to be a minority.
We're
We have
not
no
coders.
issues with white people.
We are excited for it.
We're excited. Everyone just be a beautiful beige.
A world of beige.
A
Yeah.
world of beige.
Yep.
So you guys have any good ones of the week?
I do.
What? Who's your good one of the week?
A good one of the week this week is Jet Ski Johnson.
Jet ski.
yeah.
I agree. Jet ski's
Yeah.
great. You guys did the hat trick. You guys are hat trick twins.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, sick.
Yeah.
For those who
Congrats.
don't know what the hat trick is, it is when a comedian does all three rooms here at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. So also, I want to add honorary good ones of the week. Tammy Joe gave me a spot in the main room, and Connor something, I forget his last name,
He does
but Connor
the bad show, but
does the
Connor
bad-
something is so cool. He gave me
Great
a
guy,
free
Connor.
Hell yeah.
Jet ski. Hell yeah.
weed. Anyone?
I'm gonna go big this week.
Go big.
I'm gonna say Eminem.
Hell
Eminem
yeah.
for
Yeah.
what reason?
I think he's a phenomenal lyricist, probably one of the best rappers to ever live. And that's it. People, that's it. Shout out to Eminem.
Oh,
for
Joel's
just
fucking
doing the damn
Eminem,
thing.
apparently.
He's in the culture. He never did a rock album. He always stayed true to the roots.
No, he
and-
stayed true to stealing black culture.
Okay.
Good pick, Joel.
Yeah, but he's used
Just
every
kidding. No, I love
opportunity.
Eminem. I'm just
he's
fucking around.
used every opportunity to honor the people that have inspired him.
No, I agree. Eminem's amazing.
Yeah.
We should add Mac Miller in that mix
Mac
too,
Miller's-
because
yeah,
Mac
yeah, yeah.
Miller and the
Mine's-
soulful shit he did before he died. Oh, so good.
Mine's gonna be Machine Gun Kelly because
Machine Gun Kelly, who got beat in a rap battle by Eminem and went to an emo career.
That's so funny.
Beat him so bad he
That's
changed
so
career.
funny.
No, fuck that fool. He was here at the Comedy Store. I was
Yeah.
like, this nerd.
Dude.
Yeah, he
This
got like
nerd
offended
is
by
the guy?
he got offended by Sam Tripoli. What a fucking
But
pussy.
he's tall.
Yeah, he is tall. So
Can we talk about that real quick? Girls love a tall guy. I have seen girls with the most mediocre, and not that I'm like a looker or anything, but like ugly, mediocre, disgusting fucking dudes just because they're over 6 feet. And I want to say, do better. Just because you're tall doesn't make you cute, you son of a bitch.
As a guy who's over 6 feet, I just want to say, it seems fine. Everything seems fine. I'm fine with the way things are. Let's keep
and
it
I'm
going.
fat, so people forget how short I am.
Because you're
People
tall
literally
this
like,
way.
Yeah, because I'm tall this way. People think, like, was it longitude? They forget about latitude. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, because they always offer me the front seat. I'm like, I'm 5'6". You get in the front.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. I mean, it's big. Have you ever had short insecurities?
Not really, because I have talents and stuff.
Yeah, dog.
I think being short and all of that.
Also, you're not
you
like
know.
super short.
No, but
neither-
You're
But-
tall where it matters, buddy.
yeah, but there is. I do have moments where like maybe I'm walking through a Target or something, and you see just like I'm almost invisible. I think to a lot of I feel invisible at times to some people because of my.
Also, when you're taller and you go bald, they see less of your balding spots.
You're right. They think you're doing all right up there.
Yeah, not me, because mine's like gone.
I think you look good. I like the way your whole
thank you. The
vibe
Vin
is.
Diesel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're like a professor who doesn't molest.
By the way, real. How much time are we at? We're wrapping this up.
I think we're Yeah, we're good. But
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
Okay, I've been laughed at because of this, but please go deep into your souls and think about this. Someone in my high school told me that I kind of looked like Vin Diesel. Now just look at my face.
Fuck, it's fucking me up.
Just the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, because other people have completely laughed me out of the room. They think I'm talking about like fucking Vin Diesel, but I think it's the nose.
Can I try and see it real quick?
Yeah, I think it's the nose, and maybe if we can do, I don't want to give you too much to edit, but if we could do a side by side, or
Here, can you tilt your head slightly this way?
You could do. What are you doing? A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I do see it.
Yeah.
all right, that's all I wanted. Those are my closing notes.
All right, Vin Diesel.
I am Vin Diesel.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, that's been Dogs of Browntown. Thank y'all for listening. Yeah. Closing. Wait. Follow your socials.
Yeah. Not Hormones everywhere on social media. Follow me on Venmo.
Hell yeah, I'm at Mostly Sorry everywhere. I play drums in a hardcore band called Mad Peaceful at Mad Peaceful Band on Instagram. I'm here at the store a lot. Suck it.
At Saul Comedy. My father's proud of me because I fuck a white woman.
Yeah.
And so are we.
Hell yeah. Good shit.
Please rate, review, subscribe right down here.
Follow us on Instagram at Dogs of Browntown and follow me on Instagram at Not Hormones.
Don't forget about me at Saul Comedy. Saul Trujillo.
Hey, don't leave me out of the fun. I'm at Mostly Sorry on Instagram. Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing right now? You better be subscribing. Check this one. Click, or maybe this video. I know you want to click that one. That's the one you want. Just subscribe.